Hello everybody and welcome to Sin City Living. My name is Jason, bringing you today's episode. Today we're going to talk about the differences between playing low bankroll and playing deep pocket. There are definitely differences to how you can play and how you can ultimately end up. Before I get started, I just want to remind everybody that I finally managed to find a really good online casino for you guys. Some of you guys that are out of state, don't have access to casinos, or just want to play low bankroll so you can test out your strategies. It's called BetUS, been around for a long time. Takes regular money and Bitcoin, pays out in both. Bitcoin's supposed to be super fast. Has a really good sports book. The odds on it are right in line with all the Vegas odds makers. Has all the standard blackjack and variants, carnival games, has roulette, European roulette, and more importantly has craps. Not all of the online casinos have craps. So that's huge. It also has live dealer games, which is really cool. That's one of my favorites. So if you guys are interested or want to check it out, just check the links down below. I've got some links set up to some of their sign-up specials. You get some basically matches to your buy-ins. And otherwise, let's see. So low bankroll, high bankroll craps. Now, a couple things I see with low bankrolls oftentimes, and when I talk low bankroll, I'm talking like, it doesn't necessarily have to be micro bankroll, like, a $40 buy-in or $20 buy-in, but I'm talking like $10 table and say $300 buy-ins, $200-$300. Those are low bankroll buy-ins. Because you don't have a lot of wiggle room, don't have a lot of options. Now the $20, $30, $40 buy-ins, those are wing and a prayer buy-ins is what that is. Basically, you buy it for $20. You're basically trying to do a pass line, maybe some odds, and that's it. Wing and a prayer. If you can build that up into something functional where you're managing to play across and all that, good for you. Awesome, you came at the right time. But for the most part, when we see those buy-ins, unless they're just field chunkers that get lucky, they're basically just donating. You don't have a big enough bankroll. But when you're at the $200 to $300 bankroll, now you're at the point where you're, say, playing the insides or the 6 and 8s, pass line with some odds maybe. You're actually functioning within the game. You're trying to win. And you have just enough of a bankroll to see multiple shooters, especially if the rolls are middling, 3-4 rolls before the 7 out, because you're getting 1 or 2 payouts. But those bankrolls, it's really tough. You definitely have to come up at the right time. If you don't come up at the exact right time, all you got to do is catch 4 or 5 bad rolls, and we can have 10, 15 of them in a row, and you're toast. If you come up at the right time, you catch that awesome roll as your very first roll. Great, fantastic, you'd made money. Go for it. And don't forget to take your winnings and walk away. So many people don't do that. They win, double up their bankroll, triple up their bankroll, and they keep playing. You're going to give it back. For those of you guys that have Discord, we finally created a Discord channel for us. We want to build a real community here. So once again, check down below. There's a link, so you don't need an invite or anything to it. And just go on there, chat. I'll be on there when I can. It's not all that often. I will have to get some moderators on there eventually. But again, we want a community going here. Just no arguments, healthy debate, fun debate, friendly debate on strategies. Absolutely. No name calling, no arguments, nothing too aggressive. No politics, and no mention of where we work for those of you guys that have come across us. We keep our work and this channel separate. Now, deep pocket craps. Now, at this point, I'm not talking about just a buy-in over $300. That does not make it deep pocket. What I'm talking about is, say you're on a $10 table and you're buying in for, say, $7,000 or $8,000. Buying it for $7,000, $8,000. Now we're talking a fairly deep pocket. Depending on how you play. Even that might not be considered deep pocket if your minimum bet is, say, $270 across. It's not terrible. It's actually really, really good. It still gives you a lot of options. But, if you're buying in for, say, $10,000, then absolutely. Now you're definitely looking, again, at deep pocket. If your minimum bet is something low, like $270 across. And the reason that deep pocket is so interesting for the casinos is it goes one of two ways. People that buy in, say you're at a $25 minimum bet table, and some guy comes up and says, let me get let me get a $100,000 marker. Okay, wow, yeah, that's some big pockets. That's a lot of money for a $25 minimum bet. You're going to see one of two things. You're either going to see massive bets at pretty close to table max from the get-go. That can get nerve-wracking to the dealers because they know that all it takes is just to have that one exceptional roll, and boom, they're handing it out. Now, to me personally, I actually don't find that fun. To me, if I come right into the game and I immediately start at table max, where's my presses? Where's my fun? Where's my buy-in? Where am I really invested in the game? I love being able to press my bets, starting out at a $25 5 and seeing if I can get it up to a $3,000 5, stuff like that. That's one direction that the deep pockets can go. The flip side of that, though, is more often than not, they're going to get smoked if they're coming in and just playing immediately hitting out at table max. Where the deep pockets can really make a difference is when they're playing table minimum. Playing table minimum, trying to press up and catch that awesome roll. Because as we've shown you in the past, if you're an aggressive presser, you can start out at table minimum and you can color up $10,000 after a 25, 30-minute roll. It's definitely very, very likely if you're an aggressive presser. Very, very possible, not likely, but possible if you're a very aggressive presser. So when you've got people with these deep pockets, what'll happen is they might be stuck $3,000 or $4,000, but they have the money to continue buying in. And maybe they actually raise their bets up. Not a martingale, we're not talking martingales, but maybe instead of 270 across, maybe after they're down about $3,000, maybe they switch it up and start going 540 across. Or maybe they start going, let's see, maybe 1,080 across. I mean, there's so many different ways they increase it up. They catch that hot roll. Eventually, there's going to be a hot roll. Eventually, the player is going to catch a 20-minute roll. As long as they're primed to take advantage of it, they can make back all of their losses. I have seen people that were down $60,000 and end up $15,000 15 minutes later just because they caught the right roll. So that's the difference between low bankroll and deep pocket. Deep pocket just gives you the ability to be patient. Be patient, keep going. We always say when somebody has deep enough pockets, they're very difficult to beat. Every so often, they'll lose a few $100,000, or if you're at a higher limit place, they'll lose a few million. But for the most part, the people with the really deep pockets are really tough for the casinos to beat because they can continue going at it until they finally catch that roll. Eventually, there's going to be a good roll. It's just a question of did you fully wipe them out beforehand or not. So I hope you guys find this interesting, illuminating, enlightening, a good way to kill time. Thank you everybody for watching, and we will catch you next time. Bye now. Thank you everybody for watching today's video, and as promised, a little bit more detail on things that we are working on. So again, we want to continue trying to expand the channel. We're really hoping to be able to add roulette as soon as possible, and then some video keno, video slots, stuff along those lines. Unfortunately, it ate up almost all of our cash, paying off all of our bills during the month of January while we were down. And now that the holidays have ended, YouTube's payouts have dropped significantly. So we're kind of treading water here as far as all that goes. Do have a lot of things we want to add, though. Not just those things, those additional games, and hopefully some carnival games and such like that. But the live streams. The biggest problem right now with the live streams is with 3 jobs combined between the 2 of us, 4 if I include the 20 to 30 hours a week I'm putting into the YouTube channel. It's very, very difficult for me to have a day and time that I can commit to doing the live stream every single week, because we also have our very young child to take care of. But I'm trying to figure that out. I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being on Monday nights or Tuesday afternoons, or possibly both. I intend to do at least one live stream exclusively for our patrons, and then another one on the YouTube channel. So possibly both days. We also have a few other things that we really want to attempt to move forward on. I'm just running into either time or skill set issues. I do want to eventually have a website going for us. I did used to program websites over a decade ago. A lot of things have changed, and I just don't have that time. And not a whole lot of knowledge on the current state of building websites, hosting site, what sites can host, and how to build up, the e-commerce stuff. So if anybody has any skill sets along those lines and would like to answer some questions or just help us out, shoot us an email, sincitylivingLV@gmail.com. Also, I really hope to be able to start adding some exclusive stuff from Sin City Living, logoed shirts, hats. I'm looking to get custom dice made, even custom layouts made, although those would be pretty expensive. But I know zero about e-commerce and drop shipping and anything along those lines. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, please email me. I would love to ask you some questions and see if you can answer a few to help me figure out how to get that going. Same thing with designing our logos. I had some logos designed, very, very small logos, unfortunately, not big enough to blow up to put on T-shirts and stuff like that. And again, I know I know nothing about logo design, graphic design, any kind of websites that could do it. I literally know nothing. So if you have any skill or knowledge in that area, also please email me, and you're willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. I'll admit I don't even know where to start as far as asking some questions, but I'm sure I'll ask a few, and that'll trigger a few more, so on and so forth. So yeah, there's that, and of course we do hope to continue to improve our AV setup, but I am an AV moron, so also right there, if you have any skill sets or knowledge in that area, please email me and are willing to answer some questions. Please email me and let me know. We would love to help. Otherwise, again, thank you everybody for watching, and we're very excited to continue bringing you our videos. Bye now.